One second.
Take your time. We have all the time in the world. Perfect. You had your lunch, Ananya?
Okay. I'm sorry, couldn't hear you.
Had lunch? Everybody's fine? This is
All
good time?
sorted.
Yeah, all sorted?
Yeah.
Are we good? Great,
Yeah.
great, great.
Good.
I am so happy to be doing this seriously because you guys are rock stars right now. Every household knows you. Everybody's been seeing you, and I'm actually really honored to be able to get both of you. I know you guys are super busy, but thank you so much for taking out this time. I would really appreciate
Thank you
this.
so much for having us over. Yeah.
This is an honor. Totally. So, like before we just begin and deep dive, I would just like to have your introductions. If there's anyone who has not seen the episode, I'm sure everybody's seen that episode, but please, can you go ahead with your introduction, Ananya and then Anushree?
Sure. So, hi everybody. I am Ananya, and this is Anushri, my sister. We started nuutjob in 2021 last year, and nuutjob caters to male intimate hygiene. We are about 6 months old, a little more than 6 months old, and we're so glad to have had the opportunity to present our brand on Shark Tank India, which has helped us educate a lot of people regarding male intimate hygiene and the need and the absolute importance for it. So I think we're super excited to have been a part of that show and to be here with Julian on her show today. And super excited to take you through our story, through what we've done, and whatever questions that we have planned with her.
Definitely. Anushree, could you go next?
Hi guys, I'm Anushri. As Ananya said, we started our brand nuutjob for male intimate hygiene in 21. And so far so good. We are all excited, and after Shark Tank things have changed. So really we are pretty occupied with everything. So yeah,
That's nice.
doing good.
So, before we go into nuutjob, could you give me an understanding of what actually led you to start a company? Was it always in your mind to start this? So, women-led businesses podcast is all about inspiring more women to start businesses. So, we are really happy to have like a double dhamaka episode right now. We have two women entrepreneurs, sisters. So, like, did you plan this as a kid? Was this always on your mind?
No, not really. There was actually an innate need to be our own bosses someday, yes. But I think we'd never really thought that we'd venture into a category like male intimate hygiene. What came in, the idea that germinated was during the lockdown when all of us, were together in one house and there was actually no help around. So Anushri and I had taken up the responsibility of, cleaning the house. I mean, everybody had different responsibilities, nothing gendered over there, but everybody took on, certain responsibilities for the house. So Anushri and I took on to the cleaning bit of things. So, what we saw is that our fathers, when they came out of the washroom, it was a mess. We were the last people to go in because obviously you were cleaning and then you take to the, bathroom last. So, what we saw is that there was so much powder on the floor, and sometimes 2-3 days we let go of it, ठीक है, chalo, we'll clean it up. But when it happened to become like an everyday phenomena, we got a little annoyed of sorts, we use talcum powder. We understand that, summers may something that you really need, especially Ahmedabad gets super hot during summers. So you need something to keep you dry and cool throughout. So, we understand ki powder use hota hai or whatever. But what happened is not so much that the entire bathroom is really dirty, right? So we've also tripped quite a few times because of the kind of mess that was made in the bathroom. So we got a little annoyed, and then we went and asked our fathers, why are you creating such a mess in the bathroom? They got a little embarrassed. Why? What should we really tell these girls? Should we really tell them how it is? Because it comes as a shocker. Like two women just outrightly come and ask you something, like you'll want to divert to a totally different like no, nothing like that. But sure, because they felt a little embarrassed initially. But Anushri and I pestered कि नहीं बताओ, we want to know कि इतना ज़्यादा गंदगी हो रही थी, right? So we wanted to ask them what really is happening. So after a few days, they actually, after a lot of pestering, they told us that this is something that they need to keep the intimates dry because it gets really sweaty down there. Okay, so I think as a very normal follow-up question we asked, is there no replacement to talcum powder? That's a very genuine and a very it's a response that you think of, is there nothing that you could do about it, right? So similarly, we asked, is there no replacement to powder? They said, no, nothing. Now that you in a Google era, you Google things. If you can't find it, let us find it for you. So we Googled, and there was nothing in the market. So everything had powder. Everything for intimate area had powder. So we like, okay, that's interesting. So we did a little more research and found out that internationally there were companies that had liquid powder. I mean, as something that caters to male intimate hygiene, manscaping related needs. So you're like, wow, okay, that's an interesting idea. Why not? And not a lot of companies in the States are doing it. Just one or two companies that have taken onto that formula, and they're doing amazingly well in that region. Like, and that is where the idea of maybe getting into this field started. This was only the entire idea of this was to cater to finding a solution to a personal problem that we faced. ऐसे ही बात करने में we figured out that this is not just our fathers, this is a lot of Indian men. And not just powder but male intimate hygiene also is so ignored that there are no products that cater to all of this, not a specific line. We did seek, there are brands, very big brands that are making intimate washes, yes, but nothing that caters to very problem related solutions for an everyday thing. You'll find an itch guard which is more medical in nature, which is not something that we plan to do with our brand because we don't have the expertise to sell any medicinal products. But an itch guard is okay. You've got a ringworm or you've got itchiness because of it, is what B-Tex and even itch guard cater to. But this is not it. So which is why the idea of starting a company like this came to Anushri and I, and we thought, बचपन से अपने bosses बनना चाहते हैं, चलो try करते हैं. Nice. So that is where the idea came into being. And Anushri and I, I'll tell you the truth, being that Anushri and I just born 15 days apart. So we're like practically twins. So you share a very similar wavelength when you've grown up in the same family. We stay in a joint family. She's just recently moved out because she got married. So but I'm so glad that she comes to office. So then there's no chance that I miss her as much. But we've always been joined to the hip from the very beginning. We've learned things together. So because you're in the same family, you have a similar environment. You have similar people. You have people with an open mindset also surrounding you. So you grow up to being very similar in a thought process also. So which is why Anushri and I clicked on this idea ki, why not, let's start
be business partners.
So, exactly. We're already, and so because we've got a very good understanding. If we're fighting in the office, we won't take it to work. I mean, take it to home. Sorry, ki, ठीक है, whatever. But we'll always obviously discuss about work. Anushri and I love working on nuutjob. I think the first things that we do in the morning is check our emails. Last thing I do is reply to people who are messaging and orders. So we're completely in love with the idea of nuutjob and the change that we get through this brand.
So I think you mentioned there was also a Manscaped parent company to this, and it's not just male intimate hygiene. You also want to further scale up and provide other grooming products. I think every time, like now that you're married, you would know when you try to buy Valentine Day gifts and all you get is Bombay Shaving Company ka ek kit. There is nothing else that you can give to your husband or boyfriend that you want to. But this comes in a hamper. I think there's a whole kit as such. I've seen the website. So, do you also plan to provide other products along with this?
So it's in line. It's in line. So we just launched 2 days back. Nut Clean. So now we have 4 products, and we have lined up certain more products, and which will come like in later 3-4 months or 6 months span. of time.
Yeah, I mean, when we started this company, people thought that, men don't really need it. But the kind of products that we're thinking of getting, it's such a huge basket of things that you can get, right? There's so many things. So yeah, like Anushi said, our company name is Manscaped. Our brand name is nuutjob. So nuutjob will cater to, just something like this. But if you want to get into different things, which sort of very crazy things that we want to get to our product line, we will get it through Manscaping, Manscaped Private Limited.
Yeah.
So we cater to wellness, sexual wellness, a lot of different things
So
on
not
the way.
just male intimate hygiene, but male grooming or whatever.
That includes,
cater.
right.
But specifically for male.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you go about first doing a market research? Like, I think since it's a skin related product, do you have to do these scientific related studies? Like, will this have a certain reaction or not? Do you go into that level of detail?
So that is taken care by the manufacturer. Of course, we understand and we tell him that this is what we want, this is what a product has to work like. So we have a third party manufacturer. He helps with the formulations and he explains us कि हम ये नहीं कर सकते, हम ये नहीं डाल सकते, ये ingredient ऐसे work होगा. So that way, the basic things, the basic knowledge we do have for the product.
Okay.
So all the formulation for the research and everything is being taken care by our manufacturer.
Right. So he caters to intimate hygiene products. Specializes in making those things. So we're completely, we trust him with it because he is certified. He's FDA certified. We wouldn't obviously cater to intimate hygiene and get anybody on board, right? Because it's a very sensitive place, and if something happens, we'll be the people who will be blamed for. So, formulation-wise, a good thing is that we've got our fathers as our guinea pigs. They test the products. So, that happens. That has happened from the beginning. But, safety-wise, everything else kept in mind. A manufacturer does great R&D. They've got a huge R&D unit. They take care of it. And the relationship that we have with him is really amazing, Julian, if I am to tell you, because he believed in us as women wanting to start a company like this. Rather than, I'm not very sure if what you're trying to do is something that, two women would want to take ahead seriously. And, initially what people think is, what would women do? They don't even have that part to, know the issue. मैं कुछ भी बना के दे दूंगा, उनको क्या फर्क पड़ेगा, right? But he, from the very beginning, has understood that we're two crazy women, and he is a crazy genius himself. So he's formulated really good products for us, and he has ideas. He's budding with ideas. You know what? Do this, do this, do this. And I'm like, we're so happy to associate with you because he is amazing. He comes to our level because Anushri and I also have very random ideas. Anushri will call me at 2 o'clock, like, listen, 2 o'clock at night, okay? She'll like, listen, let's do this. I thought of this, let's do this. And it's crazy how, things work. And plus, before she got married, we were staying in the same house. Random idea at night, like, let's do this, and it's quite fun because you're so in love with the idea, you're always wanting to do innovate something or the other. So it's the passion that you take to people.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I think the way there was this TED talk was given by the person behind Padman. Though he experimented everything, and he made sure that he was able to build a product that was affordable by women, and usable by women. So I don't think there's anything that's stopping you unless if you are ready to do the research, and you have the passion to wake up at 2 in the night with a beautiful idea. I think there's nothing stopping from us doing just finding solutions to problems. So,
exactly.
Yeah, that's true. What about the entire like branding? Like, did you reach out to guys in your family, and were they did they help you build this brand, and how did the name come up? Like, I really love to understand all of the beginning
So
stages.
Anushri and I actually sat down with our father to discuss the brand names. We had very crazy names that we thought of. We didn't want to go the very safe route. We wanted it to be funny in the face. Branding, again, when Anushri and I were doing the research, we realized that this is a brand that will sell through humor. The moment that you start educating and putting facts out there, sometimes just people overlook it. The moment you interlace it with humor, people really want to share it with people also. Similarly, what Durex is doing, similar to what a lot of different brands would take something like this, but interlace it with humor so that it's shareable. The shareability increases the reach of people that you're trying to educate also. So that really helped us, and that is what Anushri and I figured out very initially in our research also, that this is the kind of brand that we want to do. So that is where it came on to being. Branding wise also, we wanted it to be a fun brand where it's ballsy that you have a product like this. There's no interlying embarrassment of sorts ki, you're buying a product like this. We didn't want people to be embarrassed ki, you're buying a male intimate hygiene. Sometimes what people think is, why is there's a very there's embarrassment related to itchguard or btex when somebody buys it. Like, why are they buying a product like this? People don't really openly talk about it. Beardo, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm growing a beard. Beard's is a sign of manlyhood, right? So like, they'll openly show it, like, okay, whatever. But sometimes we figure that there's a very I don't know what amount, but there's a certain embarrassment related to intimate hygiene also here in India. So how do you cater to it is through humor. You can, and also certain things we realize on the way, what things can be humorous and what things cannot be humorous. Like certain things people take offense to cricket really fast here in India. So you cannot really make fun of cricketers, because people will come to you. How dare you, these guys, basically they're treated as gods. Yeah. So the moment that you do this, you need to put out a certain disclaimer also of sorts. So it's trial and error hota rahega. So we thought of quite a few names while we were also researching. Yeah, I remember that night, Anushri and I have laughed so much that our tummies are hurt, our cheeks are red, we're crying, like, oh God, ye bhi naam rakh sakte, ye bhi, and we went crazy. Paying for domains on GoDaddy. Okay, like, oh, this is nice. Check if this is available. Oh, this is nice. Do this. And it was a crazy night. I'm telling you, we did this one night. We didn't even need anything, no alcohol. That we
domains and like Aya, and we are buying it. So
yeah, we thought of it. Acha chalo, ye bhi buy kar lo, ye bhi buy kar lo.
You later on want to sit down and report that how, yeah, exactly.
But we went crazy that night buying domains. And like, ye naam sochte. So it was quite fun. Like, our cheeks, Anushri, when she laughs, okay, her cheeks get super red. She's like, oh, she's like a tomato that day, okay. So it was crazy.
But the idea of
quite a fun day.
Nice, but the idea of using humor to educate and entertain, that's perfect. Like chemistry, like wow, like who would not have thought of that? That's really nice.
So that is what has happened with latest post. If you have seen Ashish Nehra wala,
I haven't.
Okay, so that is how it got viral. Matlab, you have to see that video. So he's actually scratched his balls in this IPL auction. Picked that video and go. So it says that before buying players, buy nut wash.
Okay, nice. So how do you get these partnerships?
This got viral.
Oh, and nice.
Hilarious comments on this post. You need to check. I'll
add a clipping of that here as well.
I think somebody told that guys are sharing that meme in their groups, like Instagram pe ya WhatsApp pe ya kahin. So
what better publicity?
Yeah, when we saw the insights also, the number of shares, it was about 3,000, 3,000 shares on that, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's so nice how reels also get to a certain reach that it's shared. And that is when Anushi and I figured ki yaar, this is the humor that will be shared, and theek hai, it is you're also educating at the same time, but it's also being shared, so that means you're reaching a very big mass.
Absolutely. I don't think anybody did that with V-Wash and any female products. Everything's like, oh, it's all risky. Do we really want it? Why can't you not do it?
But I think the TV ads are also very safe.
Yeah. It's very, very safe. And nobody even talks about it openly. Like, chahiye kya, hush, hush, it's smelling there. Like, it's very, people change the channel also sometimes. वैसे होता है.
I think us who feel that we need it, because I think for guys you need to make them realize that you're stinking, so you need some time. We we understand. I think a TV ad only works for us. That okay, this is what happens with us also. But for guys, I think until and unless you don't go and tell them, or even though you go and tell them, they're like, "Why do you think we need?" अभी तक चल रहा था ना. This is the attitude.
Yes. I got it. But I hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. I also want to ask you about how did you prepare for that pitch? Like when you were invited for this thing. I saw the pitch and it was hilarious. I saw it again and again. You dressing up as men and showing the entire action. Like what was the feeling and the planning that took, to build that entire pitch? Walk me through that.
So, like we said, initially when we got to know that we've been selected, we were in the mind that this is going to come on Sony Live. Okay, so we thought the kind of audience that all we'll be reaching is the OTT audience, a little. I mean, not the regular television audience, if I may say so. So, हमने सोचा चलो let's do something fun. OTT पे you're allowed to say anything, you're allowed to be crazy, do it. So that is why we thought कि the moment that we sell it कि ये हमारा प्रोडक्ट है, ये करता है, ये इसका बेनिफिट है, किसी को इंटरेस्ट नहीं रहने वाला है. People like शिफ्ट भी प्रिपेयर की थी और मेरा रखने का हो रहा था कि वो अब क्लास रोबोटिक लग रहा था बहुत.
You read something and you just speaking, it was going so lame or something.
बहुत flat.
This is not working for us. I think this is not the brand we have. This is not the thing that's gonna work for our brand especially. So then my dad just very weirdly, why don't you dress up as men and go and scratch your balls? I'm like, we said no, okay, initially no, that's crazy. And then he's like, you're a crazy brand, do crazy. So I'm like, yeah, that is true, and then Anushri and I Anushri and I looked at each other like, क्या ही हो जाएगा, let's do it, will be fun. If लोग हंसेंगे, meme बनेंगे, तो at least we'll be famous there. अगर somebody else makes fun of us in the tank, at least we'll be memes, we'll be famous that way. So we tried to do that. The entire bit where we're a little confident of people poking fun at us began there. Like the moment you poke fun at us, you laugh at us, but you laugh with us also on what we're trying to do, but you're also educated at the same time. So Anushi like, chal, let's do it. You know what? We don't care. Then there was a just a little thing that happened when we got to, little to nahi bada hi thing tha, when we got to know this is coming on prime time TV at 9 o'clock. It's replacing KBC. And Anush like, shit, everybody's gonna watch us. There'll be people who as old as our grandparents, who will be watching it. It's going to be very weird. Our grandparents call their friends and relatives that, these two girls gonna come on Shark Tank, and like...
पहले initially we tell them कि Sony Live पे आने वाला है, तो I thought कि नहीं डाउनलोड करेंगे, कुछ नहीं करेंगे, but अब टीवी पे ही आ रहा है, that to prime time, like wow, okay, this is going to be fun. But the moment that we did that script also, Anushri and I also were laughing like, dude, this is gold. This is gold, let's do it.
And I mean, like, Ananya and I had to,
control
that कितना scratch करना है, कहाँ scratch
Oh my god. But then
Oh
you
God,
enacted
yeah.
really
Also
well.
feel like
It was
you do it
exactly
as a
like
man, you know, I feel that your manly expression आना चाहिए, and you don't have to laugh. So it's like, you know, Aradhya, बहुत scratch मत करना, TV में आना है.
But you
oh
know
god.
what? Anushri also, Anushri, अगर किसी को, she'll make a serious face, okay? But if she sees somebody laughing, no, she'll leave her character and she'll start laughing. Okay, so that is what had happened when 2 days when we were preparing for our pitch also. So everybody was having a good time because they were also trying to control their laughter, but the punchlines were so good and everything else. They were also laughing.
We were doing rehearsals with Sony people.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Before
okay.
like 2 days rehearsals.
Acha.
The
So
script-
so nothing else in the show is scripted, okay, Julian? Only that 4 minute pitch that we prepare, we script and write, that they'll prepare because on national TV you cannot really fumble, right?
Correct,
So
correct.
you need to be as confident in selling, and they'll make like very minor changes. You know what? I think this is something that the people would relate to. So Anushri 2 times, and then we were pitching. So I was okay, but Anushri gives up easy on laughing because so she started laughing. So before going in the tank, Anushri, serious रहना है. तो I told her, देख, तू अश्नीर को ही देखना, he will not laugh, you look at him. So she's like, हाँ, don't worry. But then she did amazingly well. She didn't laugh थोड़ा सा भी, I think. So it
Anupam was like, oh my god, what am I
it's a
seeing?
task for her that she did it. It's like a big thing because Anushri, because even if she's angry, her anger breaks like really fast because if somebody smiles, then she'll also smile. So that's the key of अगर वो गुस्सा हो गई है, so then these are little secrets that you need to know if you're partnering up with your sister. कि if she gets angry, like okay, how to handle her. So,
उसने हंसने का मना किया था, रोने का नहीं कुछ बोला था, तो that is why
तो हम लोग रो भी आ रहे.
Got it.
But it was super fun because एक तो Anushri and I do all sorts of crazy things, right, together. So because we were doing it together, there's a certain confidence that it's okay to do it with her. It's fine you're doing it in front of other people, but I know that Anushri is also going to be as crazy as me. Not that I'm overdoing it or whatever. So it'll be a fun thing. So I think our understanding about this helped us go out and do it as we did on national TV. So quite happy.
How many participants, I mean, other than the selected ones, how many were there in the applicants? Do you know the number of how many applied?
We wouldn't know. We didn't meet all the applicants, but to what we read about the kind of people who made it through, there were about
190 people had 190 had pitched, and around 62 or so got the investment overall. But
Right.
total, I think 198 people had.
Right. So in a day there were about 9,000
applicants or something. The all the registration and everything. I think that was around
60,000.
60,000.
Yeah, I mean, it was the first time the Shark India, like a concept like this is coming to India. So I think everybody wanted to apply. And like, did you see this online first, or was it on the newspaper? Like, if somebody's wanting to go for the season 2.
So what happened is, my grandparents were watching Sony. I mean, at some time, and they, all of us in the family are Shark Tank lovers. We've seen Shark Tank. We've spoken about it also quite a few times. And they said कि Shark Tank India aa raha hai. So what we thought is maybe the Shark Tank episodes will be aired on Sony, the US ones, because season 13 was also coming on at the similar time. So we thought कि अच्छा वो आ रहा है, we'll watch it. But like नहीं invite कर रहे applications, देखो तुम लोग जाके देखो, वो Sony Live पे जाने को बोल रहे हैं. And we thought like, oh, they're inviting Indian application, and like works perfectly for us because we started nuutjob in July, and July end is when we applied for Shark Tank India, so it went on a parallel stream for us also. So
nice.
yeah, so that is how we got to know Shark Tank. And you apply through Sony Live. There's a form that you fill on Sony Live, and there are different phases that you go through. So the 4th or the 5th phase is when you go and pitch in the tank.
Oh, nice. So
We have been to Bombay for an audition also before.
Acha.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, did you plan to have these many X number of sales before you come to the stage, or was it all organic?
We were not expecting the investment also, and from everybody, from like all five of them, we were expecting that we are gonna be grilled.
But I saw that. I saw the surprise on your face. Like, everybody's giving you an offer, and that was like, they really love the idea.
Are you sure? Yeah, which is why we started crying. So they took that crying bit too.
We pulled our tears. That is the moment we both were like, "Okay, matlab, what is happening?" We couldn't digest the fact that all five of them loved it, and all five of them wanted to invest in us.
Correct. And it's like that kind of validates your efforts. Like, all of this time when you're doing something just with the two of you, and but then that kind of validates it a lot, because they see a long vision ahead, right?
Exactly.
Amazing. So tell me, how is it now? Like, once you've gotten the investment, do you have a plan for the next 5 years, or is it still in process? How is it going?
It's still in process. I mean, we wouldn't make a 5-year plan as such. It'll be like a 2 to 3 year plan. So the investment takes time, Julian. There's a certain due diligence that happens. The investors check your books before they come and invest. They want to know what you plan to do. They also talk to you quite a few times, because they need an ideology that you bring to the brand as well.
Correct.
Because sometimes people, the investors invest in the people who are leading the business, right?
Absolutely.
So they want to see how two women, and what are their capabilities and capacities to take a brand ahead like this. So also they talk to us quite often. They want to know what we have in plan. They have a lot of suggestions. Give and take happens. So it's a two-way process.
Nice. So you also discuss with them about how to go forward. Supposing you have certain doubts, along with your father, you have all of your business partners together come and meet the investors, and then discuss this further.
Yeah, I mean, Anushi and I usually do the talking. We don't involve anybody else.
The part of the company right now. So Ananya and I only have the conversation. We are still building the team. Yeah, we still building the team.
Nice. So basically, you are responsible for the shipping and all of the logistics, everything.
Yeah, everything is being taken care by us. We just hired one for our packing and everything, and one for accounting. Rest, it's to be built. So yeah.
Nice. So how do you manage the like, do both of you have MBAs, or like, did you understand,
No.
like, how do you understand the pricing, like, okay, this is what this package should go for, or did you learn from trial error?
Trial and error.
So Anushri holds a business degree, so she was the one who took care of all of that. I took care of more on the branding, the PR, and the communication marketing side of things. So Anushri handles the finances. Anushri takes care of everything that needs to go. What is the distributing and contacting the sellers and everybody else. This is what she takes care of. Very trivial stuff. So that is what she does. And I take care of the other side of things.
The reason I ask this is because a lot of people kind of hesitate to start a company, saying that once I'll do an MBA and then I will figure out what idea it is, and then I'll try to find the right investors. But I wanted to ask you that because there are people who you've done this yourselves first, and then you went for the final investment. A lot of things are bootstrapped in the initial phases. So I think I would like to share that message through your story. So if you were to tell any aspiring, who can be an entrepreneur, what would be your 2 cents to them? Like,
so you need to believe in your brand, like you have built, and every day is a new day for us. Like ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग ये start कर दिया. Every day Ananya and I get to know or get to learn something else. मतलब आज जैसे ये चीज वर्कआउट हो गई, कल वो चीज वर्कआउट नहीं हो रही है. So again you are sitting down and you working on, and I think what like people also appreciated, and what I and Ananya also is the confidence we had in our brand, in ourselves. That is what we presented there, and that is what people loved. The Sharks loved. I think confidence is the best you can hold, and rest of the things you're gonna learn with experience, of course. Like I say, Ananya and we have worked for like under somebody, like earlier before starting our own thing, we were working. All that experiencing and everything we got on table, and
Yeah.
still
So
we,
also Anushri and I do
what is happening.
right. So Anushri and I do everything and have done from the initial phase everything from bottom to up. So we wanted to know how things go, work out from the bottomest, from the bottom layer till the top. So we're doing everything so that if there's any problem that happens on a certain level, we know how to cater to it rather than saying like I don't know, this is not what we're good at. But working from the very bottom, taking even packaging little bottles and sending them out for delivery. Anushri and I've done that. We still do that on and often. So learning how to do things from different to different levels rather than just saying no, listen, I'm the founder, I cannot do all of these minuscule tasks. So I think that is what is really important, because as an entrepreneur you need to know every little thing about what's going on in your business. So yeah, that's what I think people should believe. Also, there are good days, there are bad days. Okay, so don't get bogged down by certain people that try to bring you down. We had people who tried to bring us down also, but Anushri and I were really confident, not just in the brand and the idea that we were getting, but also in ourselves, that we would be able to take a brand like this ahead. So to have that confidence is also very important.
Absolutely, and that readiness to do anything. I think once it's your own company, your baby, like that willingness to take up whatever job it is. There's a regardless of what title I hold, I should definitely be doing that. That's true. So when you say you had bad days, like could you name any of the one of your topmost challenges that you had to, like, was it convincing people to buy this, or what has been your biggest challenge? Because this is completely new to the Indian market, but I think you've had a great head start. And but on a regular basis, like what would you label as this is the biggest challenge for us as a brand?
Julian, can I say one thing? I am actually running a little low on battery. Is it okay if I join from my laptop for a second and this can be edited?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm sorry, I'm at very low battery. One second, huh? I'll join from my laptop, but that'll be a little hazy.
No worries. This is the
I'll leave the meeting, okay? Just
okay.
give me
Sure,
a second.
sure. Anusha, you could answer that. I can add in her answer as well.
So challenging, the first initially when we started, I think apart from our fathers and everything, our mothers were very concerned that like two of us wanted to start something like this, and we both were at a marriageable age and coming from a family. So everything, our mothers were very concerned that, are you sure you want to put your photos on the website also, which is addressing something like this, like male intimate hygiene? How you gonna explain to people? I mean, अगर आपको कोई पूछता है आखिर कि आप कर क्या, what is it about? How are you gonna explain? So this is what we faced, and I think we were very strong-headed about it. No, but whatever it is, we want to do. We want to bring the change in the society, and I mean, matlab if okay, Ananya has joined. Yeah, so we wanted to change the perception of people that not just female intimate hygiene products, but male intimate hygiene products are also there and also required, exactly. So it has to be the part of your daily routine. It's not you get the infection or something and then you start using it. It's not like that. It has to be the part of your daily routine, how you use a body wash, how you use a shampoo. This is how it is, because you sweat daily. Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I think of course, like before Shark Tank also, like we educated people at mass, like on this Shark Tank India platform. But before that, I think to make people understand what's the need, why you need this, what's the problem. Like we had to literally tell them the problem, that like you scratching balls, it's a problem. You sweating down there so much, it's a problem. So here we are with a solution, and to convince people, to convince male gender itself, it's a task that you need something like this. मतलब they are happy to use one product for everything. जो shampoo है वही body wash भी हो रहा है, जो body wash है वही shampoo. To convince them to buy something like this was a challenge for us. I think it's still gonna be the same for good months, because as we said, we need to really educate people. We really need to make them understand that this is the problem. Like आप daily life में आप देख रहे हो people are scratching balls in public places और खुद के घर में या कुछ, तो अगर आप एक्चुअल में प्रैक्टिकली वो प्रॉब्लम को आप हाईलाइट करते हैं या रिलेट कर सकते हैं, जो हम लोग ने टीवी पे वही चीजें पॉइंट्स हम लोग ने बोली थी.
So do you have workshops or classes? The way Menstrupedia is going about via comics, like how what is the plan for education? Is it like do you plan? I don't know, maybe short films on this, because I think no Bollywood actor would come up forward and saying, yeah, I use this, but it would be really great if they did.
I really hope that one day they do. But what we plan to do to education is to have YouTube videos. If I search why are my balls scratching, to have very funny YouTube videos just catering to that what could be a reason to it. It will be like wiki how sorts, but on YouTube, which is like really fun. If you've got a problem, you search and they'll think of nut job, and if you use nut job, good job, nut job. So yeah,
I think we already have people talking about it. Matlab, if you have seen Tanmay Bhatt, Rohan Joshi, Kusha Kapila, they did a podcast with us. They did a podcast of theirs, mentioning or they were appreciating that two females started something like this. So I think it's not an issue that people like a celeb or a influencer doesn't want to address something like this. I think once things change,
I think women will help us a little more than men to help educate something like this, and we feel that they also have a buying power later on in a product like this, because mothers are the ones. I don't want to sound patriarchal, but it is the reality as is, because mothers usually buy you the toiletries for the month. And they usually get you everything. And if they think that this is something that helps, I'm sure they'd buy a product like this. So we really hope that women believe in women to buy a product.
Absolutely.
I think to have, we are getting orders from females who are ordering for their husbands and for their partners. Literally, you are getting messages that, look, can I get it before this day? It's his birthday and I want to gift him. So
absolutely, yes. That hamper idea, because I have searched myself, like it's been 2 years since I've been married, and I'm like, what do I buy? Men, there are no gifts for men. So these are like really helpful.
And it's a very fun gift also. It's not very serious. It's not like a belt or a wallet of sorts. This is something fun, if you know.
So
fun but necessary, yes.
So I want to ask, has everybody...
good, it comes back to us. Like if my partner is using it, it's coming back to me only. So it's a gift for females, I think.
Absolutely. So I want to ask, has everybody in your family changed their lifestyles? Have they incorporated this in their day-to-day?
Yeah.
Awesome.
If they use talcum powder, they're out of the house now, because no, you cannot use it now. Sorry.
Even my husband has been using nut job since.
Nice.
I have a shelf there, like all four of
just with nut job products and everything.
Exactly, all four of them.
And now he's added to the guinea pig list. So, if not our fathers, then Anushri's husband, if we're trying new products. So we've got one bakra for us also.
Nice. No, I think it starts from the family. Like you mentioned, if men and if mothers and wives take that initiative, that's gonna be really helpful. And all girlfriends have one more thing to buy, one more hamper to shortlist before the 14th of February or any other birthday occasion. That's true. I think this entire culture will change through, I love the idea when you said nut job, good job, and nut job. That's the catchy phrases that you come up with is amazing. I don't know how you do it, but I think you guys are really skilled to do this job. We needed this.
Thank you.
This is great. So what are your plans? Like, do you further plan to go to Hong Kong? Like, I think every Asian country has this humidity problem. Be it Taiwan, be it Hong Kong, be it or in the entire area where there's the climate conditions are very similar to Mumbai and Gujarat. Like, do you plan to go global like that?
We plan to take it to Thailand. I think Thailand's going to be an amazing market. We've been getting a lot of, queries from Pakistan, a lot of queries from Nepal. Oh God, the number of messages that we've got from Pakistan is amazing because they have a very similar climate as India does, right? So
True,
so
true.
so does Nepal. So a lot of queries from there. We're already present in UAE, so
Mm-hmm.
that's also something that's well. But I feel
That's right.
Thailand could
Thanks.
do something that will work for us.
Honeymoon package बना दो यार. Seriously, this can go
बिल्कुल
straight.
आई थिंक विल गेट इन टच विद थॉमस कुक ऑल्सो अगर आपकी फ्लाइट जा रहे तो हमारा ये
Please
ले
take our products with yours.
I think
yeah I
especially
remember
Thailand with the
yeah
curry.
I'd gone on a trip sometime during the end of the year. I was going to Bali and the airport was only filled with married couples, and obviously in Delhi you get to see people women wearing chudas, right? Oh, newly married, newly
Yes.
married. My flight was filled with newly married. I think I'll do that. That is the time that I'll, just market my product right outside the airport. Le lo, le lo, le lo.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goa, like target all honeymoon locations. That's really really
Yeah.
nice.
Anushri will tell us now
I
that
think
she's married. Wherever she goes, I'll send it with her.
True. This is nice. What
what
about
trip ho jayega.
hmm, true, true.
Business trip plus personal trip.
I know.
Expense it. So how is it like? Do you have help from your father? As in, I think you mentioned your father has a different business himself. I think a
Yeah.
lot of this entire concept of not working, like everyone like when we are in college, and I say that I'm an entrepreneur, my relatives would come up saying, "Oh, you didn't get placed." Like I want that stigma to be removed. Like, what was the conversation in your family? Like, was it okay to quit your jobs and go for starting a company because your father had a business? Like, how was that? How did that go?
So, Anushri and I didn't quit our businesses because we were bootstrapping our company on on the salaries that we were getting. The moment that we got the funding is when we left it. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't suggest the same for everybody if they've already thought that this is what they want. And if they've got certain funds, then go for it. But
Mm-hmm.
Anushri and I wanted a few more funds to come into the company because this is a totally different field that we've studied about or done anything. So there was a lot of money that we needed also from our savings.
Mm-hmm.
So we kept the job going. We left left our companies the day that we got a funding on Shark Tank. The moment that we came out of the tank, I messaged my boss like, "Listen, I'm sorry, it's over." So So yeah, I think we quit our jobs then. We were doing this at a concept stage earlier because this was an uncharted territory also for us because we didn't know, because there were no precursors or people who were already in the same line. Just focusing on male intimate hygiene, that we had something that we could base our research on how well they were performing. So
Mm-hmm.
to be the category creators also took on to a little courage and
Mm-hmm.
confidence that a product like this might work. So
Mm-hmm.
we didn't quit our jobs outrightly. We left them the day that we got our funding because we were pretty sure that, okay, now if there are people who really, really believe in the brand and they readily, not just one, but all the sharks are ready to invest, they see that there's a future in a
Absolutely.
company like this. So I'm sure that, why not let's take it ahead. So,
Definitely. But for a student who's still in college, maybe who's kind of wondering, would you always recommend like have a certain backup plan, or go for a job first and then try it out? What would be your
I
advice?
wouldn't say that go for a job first because
Mm-hmm.
certain times it depends on the circumstances also that you come from. I had a family that would have supported me
Mm-hmm.
had this not gone in
This vibe, yeah.
better direction, if Shark Tank India had not happened for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Every family is different. If you've seen Shark Tank, the one after us was Rakhi's event lead. Her family sort of wasn't very supportive of her
Mm-hmm.
doing what she is doing right now. So it
Mm-hmm.
also depends on certain backgrounds that you also come from.
Mm-hmm.
what is it that you have. If you want to take money from friends and family, then go for it, take this ahead. But just be very sure of what market that you're entering into. So Anushri and I also wanted to be very sure of the market that we were entering into, because there was absolutely no study for Indian market that cater to just male intimate hygiene. I mean, sure, then male grooming and everything else that comes into a very big basket of things, but not just male intimate hygiene. So trial and error karne mein, we took some time, and we thought if there's money that's coming in for a job, we could obviously invest it in our business.
Got
So
it.
किया हमने, but that depends on the kind of business that you're also planning to start. Backup options are always good, but do not think that do not have less belief in your idea, is what I'd like to say. It's a very tricky thing for me to say, because Anushi and I ourselves are very young entrepreneurs in this space. So to maybe help people mold their ideas, I don't feel that we've reached a certain age or reached certain experience that I would suggest कि आप सब छोड़ छाड़ के अपना business चालू करो, and then they'll come back to कि आपकी वजह से मैंने सब join किया और सब पैसे चले गए. So
Yeah, yeah,
have
absolutely.
certain backup options, yes, but obviously believe in your idea that you could take it ahead.
True. Thank you for that. So you are profitable right now, and you plan to you reinvest whatever you get back into the company. But is there anything that as a family, you were like, okay, mom and dad, this is something that I've gotten from the other than the product. Like, what was your family's reaction? Were they always supportive? I did get Anusri's input on, like, initially your moms were a little worried, should you actually go ahead and do this, what would be your
Right.
brands further than this, but what was your
So
family's reaction?
family, I think it's the same, because Anushka and I come from a joint family. There were people who'd asked us to remove our pictures also from our, about section on the website, that, do it. Go for it. Do what you want to, but don't have your photo associated to it, because then people will ask us. So then that's when Anushka and I put our foot down, like, yeah, so if people ask them, you tell them, this is what we do. We're confident and we're proud of what we're doing. And we do not want to maybe be associated to people who have got a very, narrow-minded
Narrow-minded.
thinking, of course,
Yeah.
who don't believe that Anushi and I want to do this. If you bring us down from the very beginning, then we will never take off, right?
Absolutely.
So I think that, but also friends sometimes, they felt a little embarrassment. Should we buy it from them? They're our friends, and this is something that I don't really need. What took on to us is that we had to tell them, listen, this is not Edgard. This is something that is like a body wash, or just in
Yeah.
hygiene related products.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
will you say no to sanitizer or what? It's in a similar category. It's hygiene.
yeah.
So, and it's just enhancing your manliness, if I am to say that. Right? It's
Absolutely.
not bringing you down कि यार इसको ringworm हुआ है, he doesn't keep intimate hygiene. अगर तुम्हारा intimate hygiene होगा तभी ये सब होएगा, right?
Correct.
So
Like,
exactly. So there were times that our friends maybe didn't believe in it, but I think Anushi and I were very confident that this would take off if we educate them well. So yeah.
that's nice. So how is it, like, when you got married as well, Anusri, there were no issues from your family as well, from the extended
No,
families?
no, they have been very supportive
That is
about
so
this.
nice.
Like, I mean, my in-laws were, proudly calling their family also, saying that, Anushri is coming on Shark Tank India and this, that. And I'm still, like, like when we were getting married, I had to meet his side of family, and they all came up and appreciated me that, we saw your episode. This was so good. Like, you doing so well. You were so confident. So I think those appreciations coming from like family, like not just friends, but like your other family, like your in-laws side, it's been very supportive. And I think my husband is being the, like, I think every day, like for half an hour, 1 hour, he wants to know like what is happening, or tell me something, what new have you thought about it. So he's also so interested in knowing, and he gives his suggestions, like something like this, and he has ideas like why don't you target gay community, or the gaming, so people, like so I think now people are supporting this idea. Now they are open about this thing, and they really want to talk about it. That from where did this thing came in your mind, or how do you want to go ahead, or whatever. So I think it's good. After Shark Tank India, things have really changed for us. I mean, the
Hats off to your courage to go up there and do the pitch. I think that's
yeah,
what
I
changed.
mean, people are actually. I mean, how I don't know. They are just very.
I think it validated our idea. Shark Tank India validated our idea
That's
that
fine with it now.
yeah, this is what we support, and this is something that has huge potential to grow. So it validated our idea of sorts. And it's just a very stupid joke when when we got onto Shark Tank India, and we're like, we don't believe in dowry, okay? But I said, listen now, Manan, you need to give us dowry because we're giving you a very big equity in a very big firm. Look at, we're giving a partner in a very big firm, so you need to pay us money. So yeah, it was just a joke, nothing else. But not that we believe in it, but it was just an internal joke that we have.
You
So
are getting a
don't
business.
give us money, we're giving it.
Like even I tell him that how do you feel you have a celebrity wife now?
Exactly.
What is the feeling? Because his side of family comes and tell me, we saw your wife's episode and all that. So he's like, yeah, yeah. So like, how does it feel? You know?
कैसे लग रहा है like how Kapil Sharma asked, right? That's nice.
Exactly.
कभी सोचा था?
Exactly. कभी सोचा था you were gonna, you're gonna have a celebrity wife or something like that. So yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for your time, and I think I would love to see this go become like one of our household products. It's not like ki chahiye ki nahi and all, but I hope this is there in every Indian household. Like whatever your plans are, I wish you all the success because this is so good to see, and you guys are very young. Wish you a lot of success ahead and go global, go international. I mean, you already are global, but I hope you expand a lot more. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Thank you.
I hope we can. I'll definitely be buying one of this for my husband, and I hope a lot more end up doing that.
It's a
So,
gift for you. It's a gift for you.
thank you, thank you. So, wish you all the best, and thank you for your time. I
Thank you
really
so much,
loved this
Julian.
episode.
Thank you so much.
You.
Thank you.
Julian, just let us know your address. We'll send you the product on us.
Oh my God, that'll be kind. That's very kind of you. But I think I'll buy it.
No, no, really. Let us send you the first one, and then you can buy the rest one.
Oh,
Once you really like it. Let
thank
us know what you'd want, and then we'll send you one.
definitely, definitely. Thank you so much, and I'll be sharing the links of this as soon as it goes live. Yeah,
Done, done,
yeah.
done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Bye.
Ananya.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.